Good morning. Welcome to the KST Halacha Review for Monday, December 7th. Those who usually come to the morning minyan, remember that in many years I wear my little Pearl Harbor Day pin. I guess we'll chalk that up to another casualty of COVID. I didn't bring it this time. Okay, we should have only happy things to commemorate. We've been speaking about lighting the menorah, lighting the Hanukkah menorah, and Kitzur Shulchan Aruch wants us to understand that during the time the lights are burning, in fulfillment of the mitzvah, that half hour from 5:30 to 6, we are not supposed to have any benefit from their light. If you remember the words of Hanero Talalo, it says, Ein lanu reshut, we have no permission, lihishtamesh bahem. We're not supposed to use them for anything, not supposed to have any benefit, only to see them and to remember the miracle. So it's a custom, we have a custom based on this halachic point, to put the shamash, the one that we're going to use to light the others, put it near them so that if you happen to use light, you check your watch or you find a page in a siddur or something using the light from them, we will assume you have used the light of the shamash rather than the actual Hanukkah lights themselves. You put the shamash a little bit higher than the others, so it's recognized that it's not one of the required lights, right? You said set off a little bit higher. We said that all the lights, a couple days ago, we said all the lights should be at the same level. So the shamash oftentimes is higher or sometimes lower, so that you'll recognize that you'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what's that fifth? Oh, that's the shamash. That doesn't count. Must be the fourth night of Hanukkah. Please God, by this time next year, we'll be filling the synagogues to overflowing. So we're going to have to deal with lighting the menorah in the synagogue. Here's the instructions for that. Menorah is lit in the synagogue to announce the miracle publicly, and we do say brachas when we light the candle, when we light the candles, the Hanukkah menorah, Chanukiah, in the shul in the evenings. The menorah is placed near the southern wall, and we light it between mincha and ma'ariv. We light it before we say the evening prayer. However, you can't fulfill your obligation with lighting the menorah in the shul. So somebody's going to light the menorah in the shul. They're going to say the brachas. They're going to light lights. Very nice. They didn't fulfill their obligation because this is a mitzvah that really should be done at home. So this year, no minyan in shul. We will certainly be doing things in the best possible way by lighting at home. Yes, and you should light them at home. A mourner should not light the menorah in synagogue on the first night because mourners customarily refrain from making the bracha shechiyanu. It's a little bit of a shtach. It's a little too much irony to bear when someone is mourning, saying kaddish for a relative that they've just lost. Make him say shechiyanu. So somebody else will light on the first night, not a mourner who may be serving as chazan or may not. But they can say shechiyanu at home. Just not in public. So that's how that works. Now, there is a custom. I'm not sure he mentions it here. Some people do. We, in fact, do have this custom in our shul to keep the menorah burning for Shacharis also. So the first ones in the shul in the morning, oftentimes the gabayim, will light the menorah. So they'll light the candles, however many we lit last night. They'll light that many the next morning. So that we'll be thinking of it while we're davening. However, no bracha, no blessing is said on that lighting of the menorah in shul in the mornings. Women are obligated to kindle Hanukkah lights also because women were involved in the miracle of Hanukkah. As we discussed in the introduction to the holiday, a woman can light the menorah on behalf of her entire family. A child who's reached the age to be trained for mitzvot, some say that's 3, some say a little bit more, you decide. What's appropriate, should also be trained to light the menorah. If a blind person can become someone's partner by contributing towards purchasing the Hanukkah lights, oil, wicks, and all that, fulfilling his obligation through partnership, that would be best. If this blind person has a spouse, that person can light for them. If they are single and live by themselves so that they cannot become anyone's partner, they should light a common sense point with someone's assistance. However, at the end of the day, bottom line says footnote 23 in my book here, they do not say the brachas. Why is this? Because it is a mitzvah to light the lights so that when we see the lights, we will be reminded of the miracle. A blind person, unfortunately, is not able to see the lights. So they do the mitzvah of lighting, but do not make the brachas. Best thing to do, again, is to light in partnership, is to share in the mitzvah, so you fulfill it in that way. Erev Shabbos, we touched on it a little bit the other day, but let's just review. First, kindle the Hanukkah lights, then the Shabbos candles. It should be after Plag HaMincha. We said that that's 3:45 this week. Before lighting them, you should daven Mincha, and you should put enough oil to keep them burning until a half an hour after the stars come out. Otherwise, the brachas are brachas levatala. They're brachas said in vain. right? So you're lighting at 3:45, 4 o'clock, 4:15. You have to make sure the candles or the oil burns till 6. That's quite a tall order. I know you can do it. If you light the menorah near the door, be careful to put something between it and the door so that when you walk out the door to shul, not a big concern this year, the wind will not blow it out when you open and close the door. On Shabbos night, you say Havdalah and then kindle the Hanukkah lights. That is indeed what we will do this Saturday night, most of Shabbos. And in the shul, we do it the opposite direction. Okay, so that is that. A few more points. Please join us again tomorrow, and we'll ponder and discuss these points even further.